ferry service to our community. I want to make sure we first recognize we have representatives from the Queensborough President's Office, Melinda Katz, who's been a great partner with us. I want to make sure we recognize David Aguiloro, who is here. There you go, from Assemblywoman Kathy Nolan's office. We have Ed Baber from Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney's office. We have Rosemary Proveromo representing Senator Michael Gianaris, and also head of the United Community Civic Association. We have Lucille Hartman, who's the district manager of Community Board 1 as well. And I think that is all of our guests. I know when you name names, you always end up leaving someone out. If I left your name out, please, I apologize in advance. I want to thank the Economic Development Corporation for conducting this town hall. Thank you. I want to make sure we thank Pastor Jackson. There he is right here. This space so graciously to this community for us. Thank you, and we appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
And this is the 180th year of this church. So we're celebrating this church has been here longer than the name Astoria has existed. So I want to make sure that we recognize that's part of the reason why we had it here, was to showcase this great church, and this is something that's been center of this community, that's built around this community for a long time. So thank you, Pastor Jackson. Ferry service is going to be a game changer here for this neighborhood. For a long time, we abandoned our waterfront. We moved away from being a waterfront people. But that was 100 and so years ago. Every road led to a waterfront. We've moved away from it. It's time to bring it back. Ferry service is going to provide a reinvigoration of our waterfront, but more importantly, a vital transportation option. This is not going to be a luxury. We're not here tonight to talk about pleasure boating or having the opportunity to treat yourself to a ferry ride. I'm going to save up. I'm going to ride the ferry this week as a treat. That's not what this is about. This is about part of the vision the mayor has talked about, a citywide ferry plan that will incorporate ferry service into our transportation network for the cost of a Metro car. And there's been a lot of talk about developing here, developing there. This is going to be here. This is being built for this community, the people who live here. This is going to be an opportunity for someone to get on the ferry and get to Manhattan in a reasonable amount of time, much like the N train and the Q train or the bus. However else you go to work right now, this is an opportunity to change the way your commute goes. Because I know at the end of the Howells Point Peninsula, it's 1,515 feet to Manhattan. Not that I'm counting. However, the longest commute, one of the longest commutes in my district, is from the Howells Point Peninsula. Because you have to either walk or take a bus to the NQ line. And then that's 25 minutes. Then you still have the actual train ride into Manhattan. This is going to provide, that's what really this ferry is about. Providing people, just so you know, this ferry can be targeted as a transportation option. So I don't foresee most people either take the train or bus to a ferry. 90% of ferry users either take the train or bus to the ferry, or they walk there. And that's how it's worked the entirety of New York City. And that's how it's going to work here, where you're not going to bypass the train to go there, but you're going to come, you're going to take the ferry boat that makes sense for you as a transportation option, because it's 25 minutes into Manhattan. So those are some of the things I wanted to highlight. In addition, I talked about dynamic spaces on our waterfront and things, how we want to reinvigorate it. I see Jay Valgora here as one of the architects, and he's been doing a lot of good stuff on the waterfront. We, and Ms. Claudia Koger is here as well, so I want to make sure I recognize her from the Astoria Houses Tenants Association. We are looking to do more on this waterfront. Not only are we looking to bring the ferry service to this community, but also what we term an eco-dock. Making sure we have dynamic, educational, and environmental spaces there to learn about biology and chemistry. So that is going to be that. You'll see a little bit about that tonight. That's something as part of a larger discussion. I know Green Shores has been involved and designed the edge. But we're going to make sure that we have dynamic spaces on our waterfront moving forward, and that in the Hallett's Cove, it's going to be a lot of excitement and dynamicism, and that's what we're looking for. So it would really make an integral space, and we envision being able to walk from Astoria Park to Socrates Park along one waterfront. And that is exciting. So I see Richard as well here from the Old Astoria Neighborhood Association. Thank you. So this is really the turning point for our neighborhood. Ferry service, as I said, will provide a vital transportation. I'm excited that we're all here for part of the beginning. And this is really an opportunity to voice any concerns that we have and to have input. Most exciting part, and I'll highlight this, Plan 2017. So in 2 years, the plan is to bring this ferry integrated into our community. And that's a really exciting thing. We're not talking about 10 years from now or 25 years from now. We're talking about in 2 calendar years, implementing the mayor's plan for citywide ferry. So I want to make sure, again, we thank EDC for their hard work and all the consultants that are going to make this happen. I hope you do it. We're going to make this work. So thank you for and I'll turn it over to the great men and women from EDC to illuminate this plan. So with that, go ahead, sir.